Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Morning.
Thank you so much for coming to all the way from Indonesia to China to Hangzhou. Spend days here. And sorry I was not here. I came back late last night. Just want to see you guys.
Thank you.
I'm seeing. I'm reading all the information, all the questions you have, and I know you had a lot of tough lectures, and Professor Mingzhen and Dr. Chen and everybody shared the thoughts and ideas with you. And I think this is just the beginning. If you think this knowledge, these things is tough, but it's just beginning. And I think it's going to be big in the future. I'm very, very honored to be invited by President to be the advisor of your e-commerce strategy and development. And I think this is a good beginning that all these new important government officials come to Hangzhou, you feel it, you see it, you ask questions, any questions you have, we will share with you, because I believe e-commerce is the solution for sustainable growth. E-commerce is the solution for developing countries and those countries underdeveloped. And e-commerce is the solution for Southeast Asia, that we are more connected, we can share the economy growth together. So I think, as I told President and the ministers, that the two factors are very important: logistic and financing, the inclusive financial system. If there's another thing which I want to say very important is broadband. We should make everybody in Indonesia connect to the internet, whether through mobile phone or through broadband, through the PC. If they're not connected to the internet, it's just like 30 years ago, people are not connected to the electricity. And even worse, right? They are isolated.
Yeah.
So we should do anything to making sure that everybody in Indonesia are connected to the internet. I think this afternoon you are going to see the town villages, right? It's impossible 30 years ago or 20 years ago, in the PC time, people live in the villages are able to develop as faster as the cities because they're far away. But today, because of the mobile, a mobile phone today is much more powerful than a PC 10 years ago. And a mobile phone is connected every villages, every poor people in the countryside. So if a mobile phone can sell, if a mobile phone can buy, if a mobile phone can pay, if a mobile phone can place order on logistic, that will enable every people in the rural areas can do things. So what Alibaba want to do is that in the next 10, 20 years, we will try our best to making sure to support every individual, every small business. They can global buy online. If you're in Hangzhou, they can buy things from Indonesia, buy things from Holland, buy things from Kenya in Africa, or anybody in the world. They can buy online, and everybody in the world can use their mobile phone or whatever PC facility they have. They can sell globally. And they can also, anybody can deliver globally. We hope that we're moving very fast. Today in China, 24 hours delivery everywhere in China. We hope in 10, 15 years, anywhere in the world, we can deliver 72 hours. Because I think it is possible. From Indonesia to Argentina, 72 hours. Indonesia to European, to house, people to people, 72 hours. That is that all the developing countries should work together. And the third, anybody can pay globally. Right? If you don't have to get lots of with the blockchain technology, right? With the internet financing technology, we can make money transferring. We can much secure, simpler, not that complicated. And we can also travel, having fun globally. So this is a 5 things one: global buy, global sell, global deliver and global travel, and so we want to say the global pay. These are the 5 factors that Alibaba want to facilitate and enable. And what Alibaba want to do is that we do not want to globalize Alibaba. We want to globalize e-commerce infrastructure. I never thought today I would be able to be like today, speak to you, be a successful business people with so many facilities. I was born in a very poor family, which is about 25 minutes driving away from here. And this place, 5 years ago, it was just absolutely a rural area. It changed like this. And I'm thinking, my life, and together with my colleagues, our job is to making sure that millions and millions of young people in the world, if they have ideas, if they have creative ideas, how we can enable them. They can do business. They can realize their dreams. And what is the best way? That is using internet. I never want to make Alibaba as an empire, a business empire. No empire ends good. Right? Tell me any empire that ends good? No. So we want to make Alibaba an ecosystem, like a forest in Indonesia. So we think that only enable others. Why Alibaba succeed in the past 19 years? In my apartment, 18 people grow from after 19 years to this size. The only thing is that we enable people. We enable small business. We enable women. By enabling others, we start to grow fast. We start to grow healthy. We start to grow strong. So we will continue to enable the people. And not only in China. I pay a lot of attention to Southeast Asia. We think countries like Indonesia has a great hope. You have a population, you have a strong culture, and you are green. And very luckily, your country surrounded by water. Very few countries in the world like that. But fortunately or unfortunately, you have so many islands, logistic, right? But if you have a great logistic system, it will be the fantastic country in the world. But how to facilitate that? And there are so many people, because of the logistic, because of the financial support, because of the education system, that these people become poor. How we can enable them? So this is without internet, there will be no Jack Ma. I'm not a good student. I was not a good student in the primary school, middle school, and high school, in the university. Because of the internet, I started to learn the world, learn the new knowledge, share with the people, communicate with the people. I was connected to the world. That made me different. I think without internet, 60,000 Alibaba employees, none of them will be as successful as today. Because of internet, they open a new world of the future. So this is something that every country should think about. We cannot send teachers to every rural areas, good teachers. But on the internet, people can choose the great teachers, good knowledge. So I think today we're not talking about e-commerce. E-commerce is just a part of the internet. E-commerce is just a part of the economic development of the internet. If a country like Indonesia put the country on the internet, I say America is a country on wheels. If we can put those developing countries on the internet, it will be totally different. So I strongly recommend that countries like Indonesia, China, Vietnam, Philippines, we should make our country on the internet. The government should spend money, just like 100 years ago, most developed countries, the government spent money on electricity connection. Today, it is the time to connect our people. And next thing is, when you connect on the internet, how to make people rich. e-commerce either way. Logistic, payment, education system. So this is why I want you coming here, and then we'll go there more. We have a lot of common languages. And we can do a lot of things together. So I'm sure that these 3 days you stay here and you see, you feel, you touch, you communicate. And I think one thing for sure, let me tell you, people say, China can do this, we cannot do that. Let me tell you, today Indonesia is a facility of internet, mobile phones, payment, banks, customers, much better than 90 years ago, Alibaba China. Right? 90 years ago, oh my God, nobody believed the internet. Nobody believed in e-commerce. China, even there's no mobile phone like today. E-commerce is so complicated. No logistic, no payment, nothing. But we've been working hard. We never give up. Only for 19 years, China today like this. So Indonesia today, you got so many great young people. And mobile is already the first, and you have the know-how. We don't have the know-how. When I started Alibaba, people say there's Amazon, there's a Broadway, a Broad Vision, and there is a Commerce One. And I think that these models, Commerce One, Broad Vision, these are not models for Asia. These are not models for developing countries. These models will not work in our country. Because the e-commerce, the American model, the early days, in 1999, year 2000, the e-commerce at that time was called to support the big companies, to save money. But Asia, we don't have big companies. We know how to save money. We want to make money. Right? That's the difference. So most of the big companies at that time say, e-commerce is great to save the cost. I say, we know how to save the cost. We want to make money. So enable people to make money, to sell their greater products, the agriculture, the potato, the chickens, the fish, online, to make money. So that is the difference. And today, I think the world accepted Alibaba model. And Alibaba model worked in China, and Alibaba model is started working in some countries, in India, Thailand, and Malaysia. And the next thing is a payment. None of the banks believe the Alipay model works. Everybody's scared. Oh my God, this is not. But let me tell you, today Alipay has more than 500 million people, to close to 600 million people in China using our payment every month. We don't hear even one complaint from our consumers, users, anything wrong with that. And we started Alipay since 2004 to today. We don't have even 1 cent mistake. Tell me any banks. If you're losing $1 in our Alipay, we pay you back 1 million. Any banks can guarantee that? We can't. So banks, security, safety needs. We are having 500 million transactions per day. It's almost size big as Visa globally plus Mask globally. We don't have 1 cent mistake. We have trillions of dollar transactions every year. We don't have 1 cent mistake. So tell me, what's the problem of worry about your security? It's just a worry in their mind. The worry is the protecting the old business. It's the protectionism. Protection of yesterday's successful people. We should enable the financial things in the future century. It's about inclusive. Making sure everybody can able to reach the money. Not big companies only. The world in the future is supporting young people, small business. So this is what we believe. And people, I think 10 years ago, nobody would believe Alibaba's, the size of GMV, of sales, would be bigger than Walmart. I remember that was like 10 years ago. No, 8, 9 years ago. I forgot the exact time. Almost like 8, 10 years. I had a dinner with the Walmart senior officer. I said, I think in 10 years, Alibaba will be bigger than Walmart. He said, young man, you have a good, confidence. Because at that time, Alibaba was, that big. Walmart is over 500 billion US dollars GMV. Right? Okay. 6 years later, we're bigger than Walmart. Today, I think in 3 years we will be twice bigger than Walmart. We'll go across 1 trillion US dollars by year 2020. Anybody can imagine that a company can go across 1 trillion US dollars sales, and we do not sell ourselves, we enable other people to sell. That means millions of small business sell through the platform. They make money. And this model would work in Asia. Because in Asia, we don't have that many big companies. If there are a lot of big companies, they will stop you. Yeah. Enable small business is enabling sustainability. The business has to be sustainable. The business has to be green. The business has to be inclusive. Inclusiveness, sustainable, and green, these are the 3 keywords of the future. If your country want to be there, that's the direction. And by using internet, by enabling e-commerce, that's the future. That's all the things we are doing. And I'm crazy about that. I'm a believer, because from a guy, nobody in the poor family to today, I asked, what helped me today? This thing helped me. And I tell everybody in the company that this company was born to support the small business, the young people. And that is why I love country like Indonesia, because I don't think I go to America today and I have a chance, right? They don't need us. They probably still focus on Amazon, buy and sell. We don't want to buy and sell. The difference between Alibaba and Amazon, they buy, they sell, they don't share data with the seller. We want the seller to sell yourself. Because only by selling products yourself, you have the data of customers. You can improve your services. You will grow faster and healthier. This is what Indonesia should do. So by talking about that, I think after 3 days, you have a lot of questions. Today, Europe. I just came back from Europe. Every time I got disappointed because they talk about regulations. They talk privacy and this and that. Let me tell you a true story. 1995, I was invited to join a seminar, like 20 people in Beijing. The seminar is about internet. That was very interesting, 1995. And China was not even connected to the internet yet. And I was there sitting a group of experts. And they call themselves experts of IT. And they're talking about internet. They're worried a lot about internet. They say we should regulate it. We should protect it because in the future this and that. And because at that time I was nobody. I look at them and say, hey guys, I don't think we have experts of internet. China was not even connected to the internet yet. Right? And I don't think the world has internet because USA has only a couple of million, less than 1 million people have internet. It will be the future. So that meeting go nowhere, but they write down a lot of worries. 2 20 years passed, those things they worried never come up. Those things they don't worry, they all come up. Nobody is the expert of future. The expert future is start to do now. Europe, you see Europe, there's no internet, big internet companies. Why? They worry too much. Before they do it, they start to regulate. This world, the simplest, easiest thing in this world is to make a regulation. A piece of paper say, stop it, you stop it. But building it up takes times, takes efforts. So this is why I would love to share with you Indonesia as advisor to you, country. Today Indonesia is you need policies to pump up the internet, e-commerce, to push, to develop. When problem comes, you know how to react. Maybe the policy you made, maybe the problem in Indonesia you have, China don't have it. Maybe China have these problems, you don't have it. But let these things go forward. You are so smart. All the government officers are smart enough that when a problem comes, they stop it. That's so good. Everywhere in the world, the government is so good at stopping things. They're not necessarily good at developing things, right? So, don't worry. Don't worry. When good stuff, bad stuff come, you know how to regulate. How to regulate? This is not what you should learn. How to develop. How to enable. That is next to 3-5. Don't worry. E-commerce is not going to destroy a country. It's going to enable a lot of people. Regulation is so easy. So I told the European, guys, before they talk, they start to worry. Just like 1995, that the experts sitting there talking. How can you, without even now today, because of the data, they worry even more. Oh my God, privacy, security, national, it's all go to the top of the roof. Nobody knows what they're talking about. Everybody, yeah, do you want about security? Yes, of course. But they got to stop all the hopes. They stop all the hopes. Sometimes regulations, just like the trade wars. You win the war today, but you lose the hope for tomorrow. Nobody want to do business with you. It's easy to stop, it's difficult. So this is what my advice is. I hope today, with the 3 days learning, the thing that how you can, today now e-commerce in China we have a problem because government says, wow, they come to regulate, not because they regulate us, they regulate us, most of the idea they regulate us because they want to protect the yesterday's older business. As the marketplace with close to $1 trillion US, we worry more than government. Do you agree? If something wrong, they punish us. If the people get cheated, counterfeit products, they attack us. We pay the money. As a platform, we never sleep as well and soundly in the past years. We check everything. But today the problem is, sometimes regulators to protect the yesterday's a powerful thing to stop us. They stop the supermarkets or traditional banks, and they all. Without us, they will still losing money. They just put us on them. And it is the best excuse. So tell me now, we created 13 million jobs for China. sold more than, right, close, last year was 700 something, 700 billion US dollar GMV on our site. They say we destroy business. Is there any companies that really losing jobs and going to demonstrations that we're losing jobs? No, young people are very happy. Say, good, because I have a new job. Only those companies, they don't want to work hard. They don't want to change themselves. The owner got unhappy. But all these people found new jobs, more hope for jobs. This is the evolution. So let me tell you, we should pay attention to the e-commerce. We should pay attention to the new technology. We should, government and companies like us should work it together to make people like a people, machine like a machine. We should enable people to live better. We should enable our economy to be sustainable, green, and inclusive. If we do not pay attention to that, let me tell you, we don't want to make this technology become the social revolution. And it's coming if you worry too much. Because worry, it comes. If you don't worry, it comes. Right? You cannot stop it. The only thing is how we can make us to embrace it. What is coming? Learn to swim. Cannot stop it. This is something that I want to share with you. When you come to China, learn e-commerce. Let me tell you, it will happen in Indonesia. If you don't do it, it takes 15 to 20 years. If you do it, maybe 5 years. And you guys are the decision makers. And learn from the mistakes that we made. Learn from the experience we have. And also, we would love, Alibaba would be very happy to share our knowledge, our know-how, our technology. Of course, Indonesia is a big market, but it's not about money. And we are not like American company. I don't like the globalization the past 20 years. Go there, be the controller, do everything. So our model is go there, find a supporter, find partners, make a partner. We want to be, if we have a partner, we want to be our partner in Indonesia, be the Alibaba of Indonesia, not be the subsidiary of Alibaba. This is the way we do globalization in the future. And we would love to share know-how. Even say, okay, we learned the know-how, we don't want to do business with Alibaba, which is fine. It's okay. Because I know you use something we're using us. Using the standard. And that when everybody believes that, the world will be better. So, give you my words. Ask any questions. Learn anything. Find any partners. It is okay you don't do any business with us. Absolutely okay. If I promise an advisor of e-commerce, I share every knowledge. Alright? So, thank you. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Because you have already heard a lot, and I think you have a lot of questions. And I don't want to I can keep on talking for 3 days. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you all have microphones at your tables. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for the very inspiring speech, Mr. Jackman. And it's an honor for us to be here to see you face to face. My question is, when you set up this organization, what was your first vision? Was that the vision exactly the same as you were telling us now? Thank you.
The first
vision.
Vision,
when
okay.
you set up at Alibaba.
I don't know if you have seen the video, 1999. Already shown the movie?
Already shown it in our meeting.
That was a pre-reading. We asked you to watch the whole video.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
1999, I think February 21st, in my apartment, I invited the 18 people in my panel with. I talk about the future. I think almost the same. I told them internet will be the future. And I believe e-commerce is the future. And I believe that when most people start to worry, we should start to work. Let other people worry. Right? And they will continue to worry. The entrepreneur, a great entrepreneur, is have to believe one thing, that if everything is ready, you have no choice. Right? Logistics are ready, payments are ready, or credit risk system ready. So why they need a professional managers and that do much better than you. So as an entrepreneur is you have to be ready before the society is ready. You have to move faster before the government is send out a document. The government said, please, you have to know that that's the direction the government or the world, the whole country should go that direction. But nobody realized that, so you should start to do that. When government said, please go, you should go to the other direction, because millions of people come, you have no chance. So that is, as the CEO, you have to see the future. When everybody worried, you have to see the hope. When everybody is hopeful, full of passion, you should see you worry. And that is the way that you always can be different. And you believe it, then make the team believe it. Not only you guys believe it, if your team don't believe it. And not necessarily make the people believe in me. The people we hired early days, everybody believed our vision. It is okay. I told my team, don't love me, but listen to me. And, don't believe in me, not necessary. It's okay if you don't believe in me, but believe the vision. If you don't believe the vision, you will be very sad in the company. If you believe the vision, then you will be happy no matter how hard you work. You see the hope. Right. So this is the way I keep on communicating with my team, and I talk to them every minute for the first 3 years. Make them sleep talking like a minute. And then they believe it, they start to do, and then the hope comes. Yeah. So that is all. Even to today, with our size, the thing I worry about is I don't want to make this company a machine maker, a money maker, like a printing money. We make lots of money every year. And lots of big companies, they always focus on next quarter, focus on revenue, profit. A big company, if you lose hope, lose the future, lose the vision, that's the most dangerous things. And we have a group of professionals talking about these competitors, talking about revenue, profit, next quarter, this company is dead. Big company, if you're not that, because you still have the passion, still have the vision. We believe next 30 years, we have a great opportunity because the world is worried about new technology. That is the opportunity. Let's help those people worry to the next century.
Yeah.
Help them on the e-commerce. Help them on the blockchain technology. Help them the cloud computing. Right? Let's stop those people, scare people, say the robots are going to take away a lot of jobs. No. No matter how smart the machine is, human being have wisdom.
Yes.
Human being has the value.
So.
And human beings should not be stupid to compete with machines. I said the day when human being invented the machine, human being should know machine is stronger than you are. When human being invented the cars, you should know a car can run faster than a horse. When human being invented the computers, human being should know computer will be smarter than you are. But they are tools. Computer, they're smart, right? They remember everything. They never forget. They never get angry. They get happy. They always got that calculator. How can you win? You have no chance to win. Forget about win. So years ago, last year, there's a play Go chess. It was a computer. A human being was defeated, was very upset. I said, why should you compete with machines? Just why you want to run? Who's faster than a car, man? You're stupid. Right? You should play Go with man, not with machine. Machine never forget. You don't have chance to win. But machine will never got a heart. Heart is created by God. Heart is created in your body. It's the wisdom. If so, this is make sure that Indonesia change the way of education system. The way we teach our kids past 200 years, 300 years, is knowledge about the science and industrial period. So we teach our kids to calculate faster, to remember more things. They will be hopeless. 20 years, the machine can do better. Because 200 years ago, there's no computer. So people, the smart means remember more, right? And energy. In the future, our kids have to do something that the machine cannot do. Have to change our education system. 30 years later, the world changed. We have to change our education system. European America, they changed the education system earlier than Asian countries in the industrial period. They catch that period 200 years. So for us, let's think about, because of robots, because of artificial intelligence, because of data, yes, it's going to take a lot of jobs away. And what is the job that our kids can do? So just like when cars were invented, if you're still training your son to ride horses faster, change the job, right? Riding horses is a hobby. Don't even think about who runs faster than a car. Just forget it. So this is something I think when the Ministry of Education should think about, and I'm pushing that in China and all of Asia. It's about wisdom. Western is about the knowledge and the science. Asian, about wisdom. Big data is about wisdom. The difference between smart and wisdom. Difference. Smart is about knowledge. Knowledge is about you know what you want. Wisdom is about life experience, about value. Wisdom is you know what you don't want. Can you hear that? A kid, he knows, a smart person knows, this is what I want. But a wise person says, this is, I don't want. Think about it. A wise man knows, this is, I don't want. And a smart people knows. So our human beings in the past 200 years, we want too much. Only when you know what you don't want, you will enjoy yourself. You are a wise person. With the data comes, you know a lot of things you are getting, you are fighting for. Actually, you don't want it. You don't need it. We are entering into a new world, a world that makes life better. Instead of make people worry about the world. I like we are entering a world of wisdom. That means the world of data. And make our kids make better. Don't fight like a horseman fighting against the cars.
And if you could just introduce yourself so Jack knows which.
Okay, my name is Ricky Satria. I'm from the Bank Indonesia, in payment system under Pak Pungki. My director sits in the front. Okay, my question is simple. How do you convince the government? The new innovation, the new inventions, that's good for us.
How do I convince my government? That was early days. Most of the companies at the time tried to make government happy or get deals from government. And my way is in love with government, but don't marry them. Talk to them, share ideas, but don't try to get the project from government. A lot of companies in Asia love the project from government.
Yeah.
I don't like that. We never do business with government. For the first 10 years, I say nobody should do anything with getting any project from government. Even to today, when government projects come, we already worry. Then what are you going to do? We will introduce our friends or people that can do better. We think that convincing the government about is share our know-how, what we are doing, how we can help, giving our advice. That's called in love. Respect them, listen to them, and also let them to listen to us. So, because when you're telling great ideas to them, by not necessarily getting a project, we bring respect from them. And we have received a lot of government delegations in the past 20 years. When they come, we share our know-how, we show them, we tell them, we do anything, but just don't want to get any money from them. That's the rule number one. Rule number two, convincing government the best way is helping the people. By helping your customers, small business, young people, they grow, they develop, they pay tax. And third, I always say, don't do any bribery to the government. The best bribery to the government is pay tax. Tax is the best bribery, right? We are the largest tax payer of this province. I think this is what we do, commit them. And then, the first time they say, this is a strange guy. And then the second, after a few years, they say, wow, Jack, everything you talk about today become true. We trust you. So a building of the trust. I would say, even to today, Alibaba still keeps its position of market-driven. We don't get even 1 cent from government. We don't get even 1 cent from China banks. We just drive ourselves. But I talk to every government office, not only China, American, African, every government office come here. We think it's a responsibility to tell them. If their mind open, it's going to change millions of people. And it's easier for us to do with those people if they are open-minded. So our revenue is not from government's pocket. Our revenue is by opening government's offices' idea, and then they open the minds of the people, and we make business easier there. That's the thing. So it's a pretty fair, and we never be able to convince government for one time. We've been working here for 19 years. And I think next 19 years is going to be even much tougher. Because most government don't want a surprise. Right? And they want to keep it stable, but they want innovation. And they want innovation, but small innovation they can't afford. Big innovation, they don't like it. So, but Alibaba is a big innovation. We're changing a lot. Then the conference is coming. And it's not you get advice from me. I want to get advice from you. How we can work better with government. Obama told me, Jack, don't think government will help you. You should help yourself. He said, I work in the largest government in the world. It is good. You work, but don't give me trouble. If you give me trouble, no matter how much good thing you bring to me, I stop it. We are learning. Thank you for the question.
This is going to be the last question. We're going to take a picture outside with Jack after this. So, Wei, please. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. My name is Lin Chiwei. I'm a policy advisor to the Coordinating Minister of Economics. So I think we come as regulator. We hope we can come out as a developer.
Yes.
At the end of the discussion. So I think your speech is really inspiring. Indonesia also faces a lot of problems. As we have a problem as archipelagic countries, so the logistic always is a big problem. The second one is the imbalance between, if your vision is a global buy and global sales. Our challenge at the moment is convincing our stakeholder that the global sell will also actually happen, while at the moment it's actually imbalance between global buy and global sell. And the third one is imbalance between the last mile development in terms of logistics, and at the same time we have a lot of overcapacities in the warehouse and truckings. So we try to match these things. As the developer, I call it myself a developer, no longer a regulator. So the last thing the government can do is actually, like, let's say, do not in business. So what kind of advice you might want to give us as a potential developer of not trying to regulate too early, but at the same time also protecting a lot of jobs, which is actually become a stakeholder. And the government in democratic countries is being chosen is actually by a lot of democratic people. We might lose a job in the short run, but benefit actually in the medium to long terms. So our job is actually to really manage this transition, not by hindering, but also by making sure the impact will not be too harsh for those people who get impacted.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this question, and this is a lot of concern in the world, and we'll watch that. And let me share with you some of my thoughts. First, if a government is a developer rather than a regulator, it's a healthy government. Because when you're really serious development, you have to have the regulation concept inside. But if you have a regulations, only regulations, you don't have to develop it. Let's compare. I found there are minister level and provincial level ways. I'm not a government, I'm not a politician, I'm not, but I found the provincial, state, the city level they want to develop. The ministerial level they don't want to control. Or they want to control, they don't want to develop.
Yeah.
So I think the world has a lot of problems. Like any country has a lot of problems. But the solve problems today and the future always is by solving tomorrow's problem. And a lot of problems today will be solved. This is always the way I solved Alibaba problems. We have so many problems. The only thing to solve is that what's the problem of tomorrow that can solve tomorrow's problem? Because all these tiny problems will get bigger for tomorrow. A lot of people love to solve small tiny problems here and forgetting about the future because you cannot finish all the small problems. This is the way of life. The only thing is, just like early days, there are a lot of holes without cars. There are a lot of hoses on the road. The scientists at that time were researching. The holes have a lot of shit on the road. How can we clean that? So the scientists have a lot of creative ideas and put something here and then clean. And then the car came. There's no problem of this dirty things on the road. So today, as the new technology revolution comes, all the governments in the world should actively, positively think how we can develop the future for everybody. And always remember, regulations making regulations and policy, you are the expert. But how to embrace this thing? Nobody is expert. As the government, you have the responsibility to embrace it. Because you like it, it comes. You don't like it, it comes. You hate it, it comes. You cannot stop it. The only thing is make the leaders at that time stand up and say, yes, let's learn from it. That is what I think is about development. Because you don't have to scare people. A lot of people scare people. In the last centuries past, the government by controlling the people by scaring people. Most of the government. Oh, don't worry. You have to listen to me. You don't want me. Let me tell you, this revolution, if you scare people, the government get even more trouble, quicker, faster than people. All the kids using mobile phone. All the companies using data. You don't use it. People say, hey, did you notice one thing? Our kids today know much more than we do. In the older days, grandfather said this, all the kids said yes. Today, I would say almost most of the things we know, our kids know. But most of the things our kids know, we don't know. They even, early days, we found a lot of fights in the home. Right? Father and children fight. Today, our kids don't fight with us. We don't have a lot of fights. They just go away. World changed. You cannot put your kids there. You cannot put your people listen to you. If you don't listen to them, if you can do better than them on that. So this is what I give strong advice to all the governments. Please catch this opportunity. Please be braver. Please pushing. And the other thing is stakeholder, those losing jobs. Let me tell you, there are two groups of people. First, government should pay attention to those people who are below 7 years, 10 years old. Prepare for them. Because when they grow up, they will hate. You, government, supposed to know that thing is coming. It's like the earthquake is coming. But you do not prepare for it. You have all the rights. You have all the resources. But you do not do anything for them. Education system. Second, those people who are successful today. You can never protect them if they're successful business people. They do not feel it. They do not change themselves for the future. Those businesses should die. Government should warn those companies, guys, the new technology is coming. Do anything. We make policy to help you to transfer. On the other hand, we help those people who are below 30 years old. Those companies have less than 30 employees. We're giving tax incentive system. If they move on internet, if they're using e-commerce, if they have logistics, we do anything to support them. If you do not transfer, but because this is like an earthquake coming. You know it's coming. How you prepare for it? You cannot say, this guy said, hey, I want to stay in this building. I want to move. I want government to protect this earthquake for me. No, you cannot. Nobody can. So, my 4 ways of managing the company. First, tell them the reason. Tell them why. 消自己，动自己心。Touch and move them by my passion and my heart. Please change. 诱自以利, giving them incentive to change. And in the 3 ways, tell them why, move them and touch them by my love, passion, heart, and attract them or incentive them by incentive system, the policies. Not work, punish them. Last one. Yeah. 绳之以法, put them in the jail or kick them out and let them. Because if you want to protect those people, never change. you are killing a lot of other people. You are killing most of the future. You are killing our future. So I think this is the way I do in the, operating the company. But in the country-wise, the government have to think. Yes, we have to protect today, but you know this thing is shrinking. But you have to embrace the future and force them to move for the future. For logistics, my advice to you is not only focusing on those multinational logistic companies. China logistic developed. That is because of the private sectors, not post office, not DHL, not Federal Express. DHL, Federal Express will have big problems because this is the industry delivery. We believe in 7 years, we are going to have deal 1 billion packages per day. No one company can do it. It's about logistic network. So how in Indonesia, you have a large population. They need a lot of jobs on delivery. And these delivery jobs is going to be a driver of your economy move faster. So you should make policies to those private companies instead of inviting some big companies to do logistics. You should give them policies for those small young people who want to make delivery companies, who may want to make logistic companies. Giving policies to them. And the last mile things is all about private companies. Big companies can do the city to city. But last mile is about private. It's going to create a lot of jobs. So I think today people worry about losing jobs. Just like a first technology revolution come, people worry about losing jobs. When electricity comes, people worry about losing jobs. This data time people come, people worry about losing jobs. What happened? We create more jobs. We create more skillful jobs. Let me tell one story by stopping today, and this is something we should all avoid. Have you heard about red flag bill?
Okay.
In 1860 or 1840 or 60s, UK was the first country to invent the cars, the automobiles. When automobile was invented, everybody hated, especially the horsemen. The horseman at that time was supposed to be the white collar job. They really hated it. So they went to the government, the automobiles are going to kill our jobs. Right? It's going to destroy our industry. We are riding horses, we are going to destroy the car, the tractors, we're destroying the people who raise the horses, all breeding horses, all millions of jobs, going to raise a job and demonstration, they kill, destroy the cars. They want the government to make a policy to stop it. And that year, after years of debating, government, in order to protect the horsemen and the stakeholders, they passed a bill called Red Flag Bill. What means every cars should have 3 people. One people should be like a 100 meters with a red flag. Stop. Let the horsemen go first and the car. No car is allowed to be moved faster than 6 miles per hour. And it have to be behind the horse. If you are moving faster, your license is out. That stupid bill got people, yes, great. That made UK last industry of automobile moved to USA. USA become a country of wheels. USA, because the automobile, they become petrol, oil, and go on. That thing happened. Let me tell you, this thing is happening today. And every government, in order to protect that, they will pass a lot of red flag bills with kind heart and losing millions of jobs at home. And I think it's not you hate new technology because of great heart. You want to help people. And then finally destroy all the people, because this is the automobile, the cars can never stop it. It comes. So this is what I wanted to share with you, that as a policymaker, let's see the future. And I told my government officers, sorry, this is a big company, so many talents, so many great people, but they did not see the future. They did not change for the future. Why should you support them? Those young people who are 30 years old, they have only 35 of them. They're fighting. They use new technology for the future. We should support them. But tell them, I give you 3 years. Give you incentive. If you move fast, we'll do that. If you move your e-commerce things on e-commerce, we'll reduce some tax or whatever, give you. If you don't complain. We support him. That is fair. So this is my advice. And this is what China should do. This is how the world, country like Indonesia, before you have all the regulations, think about all the development policies, incentive policies that really incentivize your young people, your small business. And by the way, find out about trade balance and deficit. My view is China, USA has trade deficit. But China sells a lot of things to America, very low margin. America has huge margin, but very low revenue. You want to change that? See, iPhone. An iPhone, this thing, the iPhone, $300 US. China company only make $15. USA made $285. 285 is trade deficit. So you want to lower your margin? Or you want to increase your revenue? It's deficit the whole world by controlling. Does not work. By free trade, by culture exchange, by incentive more people to export. That is the future. Let's make money from the future. We can never make money from policies. That's what I think. Thank you very much.
All right.